All right, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Welcome, welcome, my friends. My friends, yes, hello. How are all of you? How have you all been doing? How was the day away from streams? Hopefully, everyone had a good Thursday yesterday. And I am back today, full force, and in full capacity for what is stacking up to be quite a great week right now ahead of us. You guys may not be aware if you haven't been following along on Twitter. Some interesting developments last night, and I'm very much looking forward to a really great streaming week, and I can't wait to talk about it. Honestly, I cannot even wait to talk about it on today's stream. This is going to be good, okay? So, indeed, I am Darkside Phil. Hello, hello. I welcome all of you to my gameplay stream, my first of two gameplay streams for today, Friday, May 24th, 2019, and ladies and gentlemen, this should be pretty awesome because today is big conclusion day. All right. So for those who don't know what that means, I'm going to be wrapping up ongoing playthroughs, two of them hopefully today, if everything goes according to plan and everything works out the way that I'm intending here. It looks like we're going to be finishing up two games today on my two gameplay streams for the day. So allow me to explain. We're going to start off here today with Days Gone, which I'm very much in the end game of. People have been telling me that pretty much there's only a couple story missions left and the whole game is over. However, from what I'm going to understand, the game actually has some significant post-game content. Like after you actually beat the game, apparently more missions open up on the map. And those post-game missions are actually quite important because they're huge reveals on some plot twists and things that are kind of important. So what we're going to do today is jump right in and see, how far can I get? Can we get into the story, wrap up the mainstream story, and then, move on to these post-game content and see how interesting it is, okay? So that is going to be just to start off today, okay? That's Days Gone. Now, the other game that I'm trying to finish today is Rage 2, another playthrough that I've been, doing for about a week and a half now. And again, I'm being told basically I'm in the end game of that as well. I'm actually in the midst of doing 3 side missions, but once I wrap those up, apparently there's one major story mission left. And then once all of the contacts hit level 10, which I think they all have already, or they're about to, they're very close, then you open up the final story mission. That's pretty much a grind, but then that's the end of the game. So potentially both games could be, if not, will be finished today. All right. Here's the way that I'm approaching it, just so you guys understand. We're going to finish off Days Gone. Then, like I said, I'm going to look around for post-game content and see if we can run into any interesting missions. Once I feel sufficiently we've wrapped up the game, I don't know how much post-game content there is, but once I really feel like, okay, we've wrapped it up, then I'm going to switch over to Rage 2. So that means potentially this stream right now that we're about to start could have 2 different games in it, okay? But it depends. I don't want to rush into Rage 2 if it seems like there's more to do in Days Gone that could be pretty interesting, all right? So we'll play it by ear. We'll see how the stream goes. And we'll focus on Days Gone. If, it seems like we've done absolutely everything interesting left in the game, then we'll switch over to Rage 2. Fair enough? All right, and so Rage 2, if it does not finish on this first gameplay stream, my late night stream tonight will be the conclusion of Rage 2. All right, so 2 big conclusions today if everything goes according to plan. The only way I could foresee this not going to plan is if for some reason Days Gone has like way more content left than I thought. Based on what people were telling me, I am near the very end. So I guess we'll see how it goes. All right. Now, tomorrow, Saturday, the whole lid's been blown off of my weekend schedule. Everything's changing, everybody. All right. Originally, what I was going to do is Saturday, I was going to return to Team Sonic Racing, finish up the story, do some multiplayer. And then on Sunday, maybe I was going to do some Mortal Kombat. And then it was looking like potentially maybe Monday, depending on how the weekend went with contributions, I was going to consider getting a Plague Tale. Well, all that's changed. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the Neo 2 alpha demo has been released. And thanks to a very generous viewer, I have access to the demo. I wasn't even here yesterday. I was off. And apparently, I guess people were able to register to try to get into this demo. And the codes went out, and a viewer of mine got a code and said, I'd rather see Phil play it, and sent it to me. So I currently have the Neo 2 Alpha demo right now on my PS4. Of course, some people are clamoring for me to play it immediately. However, I already had promised you guys that I was going to try to wrap up these multiple playthroughs today. That'd be kind of messed up if I just drop everything to do Neo 2 today. Plus, the Neo 2 Alpha is actually open until June 2nd. So I have a significant amount of time to play it. It's not like I'm in a huge rush to get to the Alpha, okay? So, yeah, I will be playing the Neo 2 Alpha starting tomorrow on my main gameplay stream. Alright. It'll be fun. For those who are not aware, the original Neo 2, or the original Neo Alpha, excuse me, was quite long. This was 3 years ago. I remember, it came out and I played it, if I remember correctly, I think it was 3 streams to beat it. So, yeah, if this is anywhere near kind of what the original Alpha was for the first game, we're talking a lot of content that could take up multiple streams. Alright, so I'm excited for that. That's going to be starting tomorrow's main gameplay stream, okay? Now, tomorrow night, Saturday night, I will be doing some MLB The Show 19 chill streaming, a nice chill nighttime stream tomorrow night, okay? Then Sunday will be more of the Neo 2 Alpha, okay? Followed by Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations on my late stream, so another 2 hours of Phoenix Wright Case 3, okay? Then, on Monday, it's all up in the air. And the reason I say that is because on Monday, I'm not sure what we're doing. If Neo 2's Alpha still isn't completed, then we'll do more of that on Monday. If it is completed, alright, then more than likely I'll be returning to Team Sonic Racing to try to finish up the story-based campaign. There's one more chapter left that I haven't done. And then to do our first online play and see how the game actually plays competitively in an online environment, okay? Fair enough. So, yes, this should be pretty interesting. A pretty interesting weekend of Neo 2 coverage. And then Team Sonic once Neo 2 calms down. More than likely, Monday night I'll be doing more chill streaming. So you figure if you're going in the order of stuff, maybe some Minecraft Monday night. As I begin to build defenses around a village that I finally found last Minecraft session. That has all the new modernized villagers and everything. It should be pretty fun. Then on Tuesday, we'll play it by ear. Let's see how this week goes. If Neo 2 and Team Sonic is kind of, wrapped up, then maybe on Tuesday, we'll begin my playthrough of A Plague Tale. If, again, I can afford it, which we'll talk about in just a moment, guys, because I want to stay positive today. I want to just have a good day of streaming and not really focus on negative shit behind the scenes, but sadly, there's a lot of negative shit going on with me behind the scenes that I don't want to really talk about publicly, but basically, it affects my ability to afford stuff and buy games, and it just sucks right now, okay? But we'll talk about that in a moment. We're not there yet, okay? So anyway, yes, maybe I'll be starting A Plague Tale on Tuesday. If not, then probably I'll do some Mortal Kombat 11 on Tuesday. And basically, I'll be streaming every day starting today through Wednesday of next week. My next day off will again be Thursday of next week, okay? So, a full week of daily streaming over and over and over, every day, full days of streaming until Thursday of next week, okay? And like I said, I think it's going to be great. It's actually way more fun than I thought it was originally going to be, because not only are we wrapping up playthroughs today, we're going to have the Neo 2 Alpha demo, and then we're going to have Team Sonic Racing wrapping up, chill streaming throughout to balance everything off, and then, if things go well, A Plague Tale next week, okay? Now, FYI, guys, Ask the King, my bi-monthly Q&A show, is going to happen this month, and it's going to happen on the last day of the month. That's May 31st. So when I come back from my day off next week, Ask the King will be the first thing that I'm doing, and that's going to be an opportunity for me to answer your questions, whether you submit them on the forums on thekingofhate.com, whether the day of, so on May 31st, I'll be accepting questions on my Twitter at TheyCallMeDSP, or live in the stream chat, okay? So it's a good show. Every 2 months I do it. I'll be, answering all of your requests, and it should be interesting. Now, here's the thing. Ask the King, last time I did it, in my opinion, kind of wasn't such of a great show, and the reason being the questions weren't too plentiful, In addition, they weren't exactly the most interesting because basically every day I do a pre-stream and interactive streaming with you guys now. So most questions people have get answered on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So this is going to be a test case. We're going to see how Ask the King goes on Friday of next week. And depending on how it goes, will determine if I keep doing the series or not. All right? So what I can tell you is this. If you would like to get your questions answered on the show, there's many ways you could submit them. The best way would be to go to my forums on thekingofhate.com and post up your questions in the thread there for Ask the King. There's a thread there for it. Also, people who pledge to my Patreon $20 or more get their question answered on the show for sure. That's one of the perks, is that you get your question publicly answered in detail on Ask the King. All right? For information on that, go to patreon.com/darksidephil. Okay, everybody? Good stuff? Okay. Now, one final thing before I get to the plug segment and the shout-out segment. One final thing I want to talk about that pissed me off in particular this morning. So I want to vent a tiny bit about it and let you guys know what's going on. YouTube's Content ID auto-matching copyright system is a piece of broken garbage and has been since the day they flipped the switch and turned the fucker on. It's just terrible. It auto-matches stuff that has nothing to do with anything. It gives rights to videos that people do not deserve them whatsoever. From what I've noticed, the worst thing about the Content ID system is that other content creators on the internet will mass load their content and or their shows into the Content ID system. And if you happen to be playing a video game that one of them were playing on their channels, it'll auto-match your shit to theirs and give them the advertisement rights on your videos, and in worst case, sometimes even take down your videos, okay? This happened to me this morning, all right, with, if you're not aware, Team Sonic Racing. So this is a game that I've been playing since Tuesday, a brand new release, and I've been enjoying the game a lot. Well, part one of my fucking playthrough, the one part most people would watch, got blocked on YouTube because apparently a show, Good Morning Denmark, or I think it's like, hold on, I can tell you right now what it's actually called because it's in Danish or whatever. Go Morgen Danmark. So apparently whatever this show is, they played some of Team Sonic Racing on their show. Okay? And when they did, apparently people who played Team Sonic Racing as a video game playthrough, all their videos are getting claimed and taken down because Good Morning Denmark loaded their show into YouTube's Content ID system. So, as stupid as this is, now, of course, this has nothing to do with anything intentional. Do you really think that the people who make a morning show in Denmark and just don't want people to, you know, illegally download and re-upload it to YouTube, do you think they cared if people played Team Sonic Racing and that, you know, their videos would get claimed? It's so stupid. It's just stupidity. This is not the intent at all of the Content ID system on YouTube. But that's the problem when you automate a system and you just unload it massively to your website, is that it's a piece of fucking shit. You can't just have automation do these kind of things. I'm sorry, and people will argue, oh, well, you know, YouTube's too big for humans to really police. Too bad. That's a problem of the business. That's not a problem of the content creators. It's not our fault that, you know, Google, YouTube, whoever you want to blame, created the monster, unleashed the beast, and now they have no way to actually run their site correctly. So just unleashing these algorithms that don't work and punish content creators is not only immoral, it's illegal. And if anyone ever actually took YouTube to court for this stuff, they would lose. But the thing is, no one will take YouTube to court because either people can't afford it or they don't want to bite the hand that feeds them. You know, if you're making a living on YouTube, you probably don't want to sue YouTube because you're probably going to get banned from the site. See what I mean? In my case, you know, YouTube is still income for me. Don't get me wrong. It is. It's way less than it used to be. You know, I used to be a full-time content creator for YouTube who made my entire living on YouTube. Now it's, you know, a very small percentile of the income that I make in a month. Most of my income now is from you guys contributing on the streams. All right. And it's really you guys who keep me afloat. YouTube is just kind of a, okay, if I can make some money over there, great. And the videos that I record from my streams on Twitch are archived over on DSPGaming on YouTube. But in particular, this is like the worst case situation for a playthrough for me, because it's part one of a playthrough. The one part people would watch if they were interested. Wow, I wonder what Team Sonic Racing is and how Phil liked it. I'll go watch part one of his playthrough. It's been blocked worldwide because a morning show in Denmark must have played the game for a few seconds on their show. And somehow YouTube's broken copyright system thinks that my game playthrough of the game is stolen from their show. I mean, it's asinine. I have a fucking face cam and commentary over all of my gameplay. How can you even argue that? But again, it's automated. No humans ever look at this stuff, and that's why it's so prone to error. All right? But YouTube doesn't care. They just roll out their broken algorithms. I couldn't tell you how many fucking times this has happened. I mean, the most notable other time that it's happened so far in 2019 is when I was playing Apex Legends among all of its big launch hype, and the soundtrack, there's one song in all of Apex Legends. It's the music that plays when you're dropping out of the dropship at the beginning of the Battle Royale stage, okay? Guess what? It got claimed. My videos of Apex Legends got claimed for that one fucking song. And the composer of the song erroneously tried to defend his position on Twitter with me, saying, oh, well, you see, we're trying to sell that song on iTunes, and people are ripping it from the game and illegally uploading it to YouTube. So we didn't mean for that your gameplay videos to get claimed, and this is something that YouTube's going to fix. I'm like, no, they're not. See, this is the problem. These people don't understand. They only see it from a corporate side. They think, oh, that's my legal property, therefore I should just be able to defend it by loading it into Content ID. Content ID doesn't work. Content ID never worked. Most of the people who get stuff claimed by Content ID, it's it's an error. I would actually love to see, I would absolutely fucking love to see statistics from YouTube, all right, on, of all the things that get flagged with Content ID, actually how many were the intended use of the person who uploaded their content to the Content ID system to begin with. Do you really think Good Morning Denmark wants to claim other people's playthrough videos? Do you really think the composer of this one song from Apex Legends wanted to claim gameplay videos? Of course not, but I would go as far to say the vast majority of things getting claimed against those will be erroneous. Okay? So I just think it's absolutely hilarious that people still, to this day, think YouTube is some kind of a viable business model. It's not. They think that YouTube actually, like, there's people who defend YouTube. Oh, well, you see, they need to do that. No, they don't. No, they actually don't. Because in reality, you would say, oh, well, they do that to defend themselves legally. From a legal standpoint, the whole system's illegal and broken. You're erroneously claiming the vast majority of things that get flagged, and you're actually violating copyright law by doing it on a mass basis, on a daily basis. It doesn't serve any purpose at all. It's just a bunch of fucking know-nothing, people sitting behind the scenes in management at Google and YouTube who think that they're defending themselves, when in reality, the only reason they haven't been sued into oblivion is because they're the only video sharing website where anyone can just jump on and do what they want. If they had a competition, they would be obliterated overnight, and they just don't have any valid competition. So it pisses me off. I mean, in reality, okay? In reality, does having part one of Team Sonic Racing being taken down this week massively affect me? At this point, probably not, because I started playing the game on Tuesday, and so it's already Saturday, so you figure a lot of people who wanted to see the playthrough already have. And by the way, I did dispute this claim. Sadly, the problem with disputing an erroneous Content ID claim on YouTube is that it takes up to 30 days to be cleared up. So, Good Morning Denmark, who I'm sure when they loaded their show into YouTube this week had no idea that this was going to happen, is probably going to be flagged with an insane amount of disputes today against their show, saying, why the hell did your show claim all of our gameplay videos of Team Sonic Racing? Because if it happened to me, it probably happened to hundreds of other people as well. So now someone who works at this show, who probably isn't equipped to even handle this, is supposed to know that they need to basically release hundreds of claims. They're not going to do it. So more than likely what's going to happen, my video of Team Sonic Racing is going to be blocked for a month. So, oh, wow, new release Team Sonic Racing. I wonder if Phil liked it. Oh, I can't even watch part one. Well, I'm just not going to watch it. See? And that's what I'm kind of screwed now with this playthrough. So it is what it is, I guess. What I'd like to say is, again, thank you guys who hang out with me on a daily basis, and thanks to those who watched the playthrough up to now and could. And if you want to help out with the situation, the best way is to contribute on a stream. Like I told you guys, sadly, YouTube really isn't a giant significant source of income. Is it significant to the point where I still rely on it to pay bills? Absolutely. Isn't like anywhere near what it used to be? No. Like YouTube used to be 100% of my income. Now I would probably say in a month it's maybe 20 to 30% tops. On a good month, maybe it's 20 to 30%. But it's dipped so much over the years because of all the shit they've done on that site, losing advertisers and everything. And again, why did they lose advertisers? Because of automation. Because their crap website automatically divvied out advertisements to horrendously bad videos. Things that were racist, things that were terrorism supporting. Of course the advertisers left the website. When you're so fucking lazy, all you do is write erroneous algorithms that fuck everything up. It's just another example of how this doesn't work, but they don't care. They just keep doing it. So, I just wanted to vent a little bit. Alright? I just wanted to vent a little bit. Thanks for listening. Understand, sadly, things are still not good on YouTube. They probably never will be. I don't ever see YouTube working, in any kind of a capacity for business ever again. Being serious here. Like, thank God I diversified when I did. But could you imagine people who were trying to make a living on YouTube full time now, and they busting their asses, trying to put out videos on a daily basis to entertain an audience and make enough money to make a living, and half the time their videos get claimed by third-party companies that have nothing to do with the content of their video. It's ludicrous. It's ludicrous. Who the hell would want to do this for a living? It's insane that this is what YouTube has become. YouTube used to be the pipe dream. Wow, I want to do this. I want to grow up to be a content creator and make stuff on YouTube and make it big. No one should want to do that anymore. With all this horror stories and all the shit that people have to go through, no one should aspire to do this anymore, At least live streaming. You have more control over what you're doing. Because as long as you're entertaining people, people will crowdfund you. You know what I mean? Versus YouTube, you could bust your ass. You could be entertaining millions of people and make no money on it because YouTube's algorithms fucked everything up. So stupid. Okay. I vented. I got it off my chest. I'm not even going to bother mentioning it anymore because there's no point. Unless another situation comes up like this. But just in case anyone's wondering, gee, what happened with Phil's Team Sonic playthrough? That's what happened. Okay? Alright. Very quick break here, guys. I'm going to blow my nose. So give me like a minute to blow my nose. I'll be right back, and then we're going to continue with pre-stream. Okay? Give me a second. Alright, everybody, I'm back. Sorry for the delay. I am still getting over my cold. I can tell you, though, wow, I am feeling, like, tons better. The only thing I have is a little bit of lingering sinus issue. But outside of that, pretty much everything else is good. I'm back to full capacity, so this is good. Let's continue on now. Let's roll into the plugs segment, where basically, I thank you very much for all of your support over the years. 11 years I've been able to be a content creator on the internet, which is freaking amazing. It's been a dream come true. Turning my hobby of loving video games into, a way to make a living. It's been tough. In particular, these last few years, with YouTube's, bottom falling out due to their algorithm screwing everything up, and losing most of their advertisers, and I had to adapt from being a full-time YouTuber into a full-time streamer, and it wasn't easy, but I made it work, and I actually love our interactivity of our daily streams now. I really do. That being said, the only way to keep things afloat is through crowdfunding and your contributions. So, if you love my daily live streams, if you absolutely love the long form videos that I put on DSP Gaming as archives of those live streams every day, and you want to see these things continue, all right, please contribute in one of the many methods that are available. All right, I've already mentioned Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, where your monthly pledges earn you personal perks. I already mentioned the perk of getting your question answered on Ask the King, but there are other perks as well. Please give it a look. There's a few days left. Actually, it's about a week left in May for you to contribute if you'd like to get in on this month's perks. All right, and thanks to anyone who does. I appreciate it. Okay, there's a Teespring shop where you can buy merchandise, all themed to DSP Gaming, stuff such as, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, mugs, etc. Okay, good quality stuff. I can attest because I own a bunch of it. Some of it I've owned over 2 years and it hasn't faded or worn out. So please consider contributing. Please consider buying something via Teespring. It helps me out and you get a cool collectible. All right. If you're here watching live on the streams and you're enjoying yourself and you're having fun, you're liking the conclusion of Days Gone in Rage 2 today, and you're like, man, I'd like to get a shout out during the stream. You can if you either cheer with bits or you subscribe to the channel, or if you tip me during today's stream, I'm going to give you a shout out live during the stream, as long as you abide by the normal criteria and the rules of the stream, which are as follows. Please, no derailing of the stream. Please don't bring up religion or politics. Those are very, dividing and argumentative topics. Please, no insults towards myself or others. Please, no drama. Don't try to start a fight or start problems. No detractor-style negative memes towards myself or other content creators, because some people do like to come in here and kind of insult other content creators, and I don't take part in that, and I certainly don't want the stream to become that, all right? In general, just use common sense. Please abide by, more, common decency. And the streams end up being pretty positive, fun, and chill. And thanks for everyone who is supportive. As long as you abide by all these rules, I will give you a shout out. You got to keep in mind that number one, I do have to abide by Twitch's terms of service. And number two, it is subjective what I say and do on my streams. By no means is there any obligation for me to give a shout out to anyone on the stream. There never is and never was. It's just a service that I do to say thank you to those who contribute. But, I do my best to keep a fun stream running. Okay? Alrighty then. Now, as you guys can see, we have a stream stats leaderboard sitting at the top of the screen. This will track things such as total subs, current top cheerer and top tipper of the day, so that there's extra recognition divvied out to those who are the top contributors. In addition, at the top of the stream chat, if you're watching on the desktop version of Twitch, you'll also see a cheering leaderboard that keeps track of the biggest bit cheerers of the week. And so that's automatic. That's done automatically. I don't have to update that myself, but that's another way for you to get recognition, okay? Now, we already hit the monthly goal for subs. So I want to say thanks to everyone who did contribute subscribing this month. We had a dip overnight because I wasn't here yesterday. That's fine. But we are going to be doing a retrospective marathon event the first week of June. I don't have the dates yet. I'll let you know once we have it set in. And within the next day or two, I'm going to post up a forum thread on my forums, thekingofhate.com, by which you can submit your suggestions of what kind of stuff we should watch back together on this marathon. All right, so it should be fun. The last 3 times I did this marathon, it was great. I'm looking forward to this one. And FYI, more than likely this marathon's going to be similar to some marathons that I ran recently, where I'm going to be trying to drive to raise some funds to help me out behind the scenes with all my financial troubles, because right now I really don't know what else to do. Recently I've tried to sell my statue collection. I only sold 2 things, so that didn't really work. I'm doing as much as I can to make ends meet and pay my bills, and it's not working out too well. So I guess this could be a good opportunity to do a special event marathon where maybe we could raise some extra funds and help me out. We'll see. But that's going to be coming out the first week of June. It's a lock. Don't worry. Someone in the stream just said, but what if you drop below 500 subs? Doesn't matter. The way that these monthly goals work is we hit it, we did it. We hit it, we did it. Boom. It's not going to go, now, oh no, we dropped below 500 subs. Now Phil's not doing the event. No. We're going to do it no matter what. Don't worry, guys. Okay? All right. So, there you go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last thing about plugs, then we'll move on to shout-outs. Right now, with all those methods I just mentioned of contribution, they all help out. They all do. But the best way you can contribute is to tip me. The reason being, as I just mentioned, behind the scenes, financially, things are pretty awful for me right now. and they're not getting any better. Let's just put it that way. I got some really bad news a couple days ago. I don't know how that's going to turn out. Like, things are just, they're so stressful for me, and it's not something I want to bother you guys with the details of, because bottom line is, number one, it won't make anything better, and number two, you really don't need to be bothered with that kind of shit. You're here to have a fun, chill gameplay stream with me, right? So, if you want to help out, right now, the best way to help me is tipping me. Tipping me it means that those are funds I get immediately, and I'm putting them all towards bills. So please consider tipping me if at all you can today. There's 2 ways you could tip. Below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on, or you could type !tip into the stream chat. That'll bring up a link to jump right to my PayPal tips page. Now, there's 2 things I'd like you to know about tipping. The first is you do not need a PayPal account to do it. That's a misconception. You could use just a debit or credit card right on the PayPal tips page. The other is, you could do it anonymously. You know, some people are afraid of contributing because they think, oh no, internet trolls will come after me if I support a streamer. You could just put any old name. You don't have to use your real name. You could use a fake name. You could be anonymous and do it that way, all right? Very much appreciated of anything you guys contribute. I really am. But, you know, tipping me is the way that it's going to help the most right now, so please consider it. All right? All right. Let's now get to shout-outs. Let's now get to specifics for those who've contributed and give them credit where credit is due. All right. So, first of all, we had a few people who contributed during my time away, and I would like to obviously give those people some shout-outs. We had Golden Colts, who did a cheer during my day off. Fred Flintstone had cheered during my day off, which was nice. Poopster resubscribed for 9 months. He said, really wish I could help out more, but, you know, with everything you're going through, it's not your fault. But, you know, here you go. Here's how I can help. So thank you for that, Poopster. I appreciate your resub. Much appreciated. By the way, I'm turning on my air conditioner now because it's getting over 80 degrees in my office. Tanamounder did a 100-bit cheer. Thank you very much, Tanamounder, for the cheer. Egg Gangster cheer said you recently embraced memes on your Twitter. And let's see here. Just saying the modern internet content marketplace memes are a great tool for your brand. Oh, I know. See, we were talking about memes earlier on the pre-stream before I went live. I was just chatting with people in the chat, okay? And, well, here's the thing with memes. I don't mind them at all. I understand why they're popular. You know, there's many reasons why people embrace memes and like them. The thing is, I don't want my streams to become 100% memes. That's why people, oh, let's post some frogs. Go ahead, post some frogs. I don't care. I made my own frog meme so you guys could post frogs, right? I'm certainly not an anti-meme guy. But what you got to understand is that also I am running a stream that's supposed to be gameplay-centric and entertaining and chill. And when you just become 100% about memes, inclusive memes, by the way, it's not like, oh, this is a public meme that outside of your stream you'd understand. A lot of the memes that people like to post up are memes that you got to kind of be in the know to understand what the hell they are. Half the time, I don't know what the hell they are, right? So, that's the thing, is if a stream becomes all about memes, someone comes into a stream, oh wow, I wonder what DSP's up to today. Oh, he's playing a game. What the hell's all this? What's he talking about? What's he talking about? Look here, listen. What's he talking about? Frogs. You know, what's he talking about? You know, the whole stream is just unintelligible memes that only people who are insiders understand. You've now shut down your accessibility to an outsider who's coming in just to have fun. And the thing you guys got to remember, all right, is that I have been a content creator for 11 years. And yes, primarily my audience now is my live streaming audience. No one's going to dispute that. I'm here to entertain you guys and have fun with you and interact with you, right? But you got to understand there's also an audience on YouTube who watches my videos back later on. Is it a ginormous, significantly contributing audience? It's nowhere near what it used to be, that's for sure. But it's still a large group of people. I'm talking thousands of people, you know, who catch my stuff on there daily. And if I made this stream 100% insider reference memes, everyone on YouTube would be scratching their head not knowing what the fuck's going on, and more than likely, it would turn them off. Okay, already, I could just tell you guys in the last 2 years, where I've primarily focused on streams, I've lost probably, arguably, a third of my YouTube audience, because people are like, well, it's not like it used to be, where Phil was all about just the games, and hyper-focused on the games, and I don't like that anymore, well, I'm going off to watch someone else who's only focused on the games, and that's happened. You know, I lost a big chunk of my YouTube viewing audience because of it. I don't want to lose everybody, you know, especially because YouTube, you got to remember, as much as I hate YouTube and all the problems they have and the changes they made, YouTube was where I became popular to begin with. It's the reason I have a following on the internet whatsoever. I don't want to just abandon those people who've been with me since the start just because of all the things that the YouTube has fucked up. Okay. So that being said, I'm okay with memes to an extent. You know, sure, you wanna propagate a meme or whatever. I'm okay with that. All right, especially now, like I'm not interacting with anyone. Everyone's posting up frog emotes. Who cares? That's fine, right? But you got to understand that it's got to be everything in moderation, right? And you got to use common sense. I know some people don't have common sense. You got to use common sense to determine what's fair and what's moderate and what's not. Yeah, you want to post frogs for a bit? Fine. If you're going to post frogs for 2 hours straight, no, that's not allowed. You see what I mean? Like, you know, we've got to have some kind of pertinence of the stream chat to what's going on stream. The other day, here's a perfect example. The other day, I was playing Rage 2, and I was enjoying it. I was in a big base takeover mission and everything, and I turned to the stream chat to interact because I want to see what people are up to, what they're talking about. I want to have some interaction, and everyone is talking about Wings of Redemption. And I'm like, guys, that's a different streamer, known to be a negative style streamer where people always bring up drama whenever he's involved. Not that I'm saying anything negative about the guy. I'm just saying where Rings is involved, there's going to be some kind of drama, right? I don't know much about the guy, if anything. I don't propagate his memes. I don't know much about them. The entire stream chat, probably say 12 to 15 people, were talking about Wings of Redemption. And I brought it up and I was like, listen, I got to kind of lay down the law here. You know, I'm playing a game and I'm trying to have an interactive stream with my viewing audience, and you guys completely derailed the stream chat to talk about somebody else. That's going too far. It's one thing to mention him every once in a while or bring up a meme of him every once in a while. That's okay. But not making the end-all and be-all of the discussion in my chat about somebody else. All right? That's not allowed. It's never been. You can check the rules, as people like to reference as their scapegoat. It's not in the rules. Yes, it is. It says right in there, no derailing, no mentioning of detractor content, no mentioning of, you know, outside content, no plugs, and all of that would be considered what you're doing if you're bringing up another streamer like that, okay? So you just gotta use common sense. I'm okay with bringing up, you know, memes every once in a while or whatever, but not making the entire stream about it. If I'm playing Days Gone today and I'm trying to finish up the game, and I turn over to the stream chat and the entire stream chat's talking about LTG, and no one's talking to me or even about the gameplay, that's an issue. Versus, oh, we made a reference to LTG because something happened, or, you know, something in the game reminded us of him or something. That's different. You see what I mean? Can you see the difference? Seriously, can you see the difference? Because I can't make you guys have common sense. All right? I can't make you guys have common sense. That's something that was sort of imbued into you by your parents a long fucking time ago. I'm not here to be your dad, all right? But I'm also here to run a business, and I got to make sure that those who are here for the content, to interact with me or to watch the gameplay or both, have a good time. Not that it's just an inclusive group of people who come by and just spam memes all day in the stream chat. You see the difference, okay? Oh my god, this is low tier frog. Now that's actually kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. Low tier frog. Please don't go over there and spam that, because then he'll be angry at me. Okay? Alright. Let's continue, everybody. Frog's playing golf. Cheered and says, out of curiosity and because of the recent asking of viewers in Team Sonic Racing, does higher game difficulty translate to more contributions and viewers? Nope. I would say it depends on the game. Alright, it really does. It depends on the game. Certain franchises, such as fighting games and From Software games or games of that caliber of difficulty, typically, maybe you'll get more viewers, but I hate to say it, the viewers that come in to see me fail are not really contributing viewers. I'm just being honest here. They're the ones who come in here to razz me. And that's fine. I don't mind people coming in to razz me, but you gotta understand that those aren't necessarily people who come in to be positive contributors. In fact, I would actually say the polar opposite. What I found recently is that my more chill streams are the ones that actually bring in the most supportive people. People who just they enjoy me and my company, they want to hang out with me and interact with me, and then they want to say thank you for that. And those are the people who are bringing in the positivity and the contributions that are allowing me to continue and put out those other streams where I fail at games and people rage and laugh, okay? And again, I'm not against it. I'm not against playing difficult games, all right? But you have to understand that not every game is meant to be difficult. Team Sonic Racing is a game that you can tell was made for a more casual player. It's not made for someone who's hardcore into a fucking competitive racing game. It's meant more for a younger audience, people who are playing it just to have some fun and play with every vehicle and see all the tracks and see all the variables of the game with the challenges and stuff, and not to necessarily be pulling your hair out because the game's so goddamn difficult. And when people complain, oh, it's not difficult enough for us, well, then you missed the point. That's not the point of all of my streams. Listen, I play competitive games like fighting games, and I play tough games like From Software. Hell, tomorrow I'm playing the Nioh 2 Alpha, right? There's a time and a place for that. But what you got to understand is that I'm a variety streamer, and I put out a variety of content on purpose to attract a variety of viewers. Every day cannot be the kind of game that maybe you particularly like. And that's okay. If today I'm playing Days Gone and Rage 2 and that's not your cup of tea and you want to come back tomorrow for Nioh 2, great. I'm happy about that. I want more people to come in and out of my streams depending on what kind of games I'm playing. That's honestly why I feel that my viewership is misrepresentative of the amount of people who actually watch my content. Because so many people know who I am, so many people watch my content, but not necessarily all the time. There's people who will only watch me play fighting games, people who will only watch me play difficult games, people who will only watch me play relaxing casual games, you know? So that's the deal, is that I have a wide variety of audience that kind of come in when it's time for the game they like. And yes, there are people who actually like everything I do and watch everything as well. So you've got a good variety of people. I'm not one of these one-trick pony people who, when you come on my stream, I'm always doing the same thing, and therefore you have that one audience that's always there. It's not like that, okay? So to answer your question again, Frogs playing golf, no, I would say when I play more difficult games, does it necessarily bring in extra viewers? Sometimes, it depends on the game, but those aren't contributing viewers. Those are viewers who are just here to razz me temporarily while I'm suffering or raging or failing, and then they move on and they don't come back until the next rage-filled moment, versus the casual streams, the relaxing streams, the interactive streams. You know, games like MLB, holy shit, a game that really, when you watch the gameplay, isn't riveting at all, ends up being a big contributing stream for me because people just chill when I play it, and they like that vibe, okay? So there's your answer. Uzi did a 58-bit cheer and said, you're feeling energized today, are you ready to stream Phil? I mean, indeed, I am, indeed, and I'm ready for, hopefully, a double conclusion day, because if we can wrap up both playthroughs today, that would be excellent. We can move on, like I said, to Nioh 2 and back to Team Sonic Racing and possibly a new game with Plague Tale this week. We can do new stuff this week. It'll be a very fun variety week versus we're still stuck playing these same games for 3 weeks. You see what I mean? Insomniatic Meat did a 100-bit cheer. That actually makes him the top cheerer of the day so far. I'm going to go ahead and put him up on the leaderboard. Thank you, sir. He says, finals are over. I actually finished Days Gone last night. I'm wondering what you think of it. I did not watch most of your playthrough because of spoilers. And school, basically post-credit missions tell you what happens to certain people. So there you go. That's why people are saying the post-credit missions are important, because apparently they allow you to see the epilogue of what happens to all the characters in the game. So we'll be looking for those today, okay? Excuse me. So what I would say is this. Days Gone is certainly not a bad game. It's a game that sadly the first 10 hours are some of the slowest and worst of the game because you don't have good abilities that make you, easily able to tackle certain things. A lot of it is just open world busy work. Oh, destroy a bandit camp. Destroy nests of these fucking freakers. Go take over a Nero outpost. And that's like the first 10 hours. Then, once you reach the third camp in the game, then the game actually gets good with great plot development, fun story missions. But you have to trudge through 10 boring hours to get there. And I would say ever since then, I've liked the game a lot. But I could definitely understand why there's people out there who are basically disappointed with this game because of the fact that, they did not do a good job of pacing the game whatsoever. So that being said, I do like Days Gone overall. I'm happy that I've played it. I'm excited to see the ending here. But, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I do like the game. So there you go. The Real True Cell tipped me $5.01 and tried to reference the incident from 3 years ago. Har, har, har. Hilarious. Thanks for your support. Okay, moving on. Rob tipped me $25 and said, how's your cold, bro? Will this help? Well, first of all, as you heard, my cold is pretty much almost completely gone, which is good. At this point, the only real significant lingering symptom that I have is a little bit of a tickle in my throat every once in a while. And I think it's a combination of the cold and allergies. And a little bit of congestion that comes and goes. So maybe I'll have to take a couple breaks today to blow my nose. But outside of that, it's nowhere near as bad as it was. And, thanks for asking, Rob. And, of course, thank you very, very much for the supportive tip. Like I told you guys, I really, need the help right now. And, your support is greatly appreciated. It's helping out, so thank you very much for that. Okay? All right, let's continue on. Eternal Napalm cheered and said, YouTube will get much worse when the AI algorithms become hyper-sophisticated. It's all downhill from here. It'll also have facial recognition and scan your emotions. Oh, boy. Very nice. So, as long as you smile constantly, all your videos will get tons of advertisements. There you go. Shout out to Dream Catalog, who has resub for 6 months. It says, have you ever been to South Carolina? Good luck for the conclusion stream. To my knowledge, I have not. Maybe I passed through it, traveling. But in particular, the states that I used to travel to for gaming conventions and or Street Fighter tournaments were Florida, Georgia, Maryland, Tennessee, Texas, Chicago, California, obviously the whole northeastern United States, so New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, all parts of Connecticut. I've been to Maine and Vermont before. Man, I know there's more than this too. I know I've been more places than this. I'm just having kind of a brain fart right now. But, I've been to a lot of places. I traveled to a ton of places, in particular during my competitive Street Fighter days. But no, I don't think I've ever been to South Carolina. Or if, like I said, if I had, it was just passing through. I don't remember stopping in South Carolina. Oh, how could I forget Delaware? Ladies and gentlemen, how could I forget the lovely times I spent in Delaware? Delaware, the worldwide capital of corner stores. At every corner, you could get a new Quickie Mart stop, Quick Pass stop, buy another pack of gum. Oh my God. All right. Shout out to Uzi, who cheered 100 bits and says you should consider making a Lean and Manual Band t-shirt. If people really wanted that, I guess. I don't think anyone would really buy it, I guess. I don't know. I'm always open to new t-shirt designs. It's just I'm so goddamn busy. I don't really have a chance to do stuff with them, which sucks because I know I have some t-shirt designs I could make right now. I've had sitting on them for months. And I'm just so time consumed that, I just don't have time to do it. So, but it's a good suggestion. Sleepy Reader subscribed for 6 months. It says, I only subscribe to 3 things. Faku, Netflix, and your stream. Been a sub for 6 months. Been following since 2014. Been watching you game since 2010. Keep it up. Thank you, Sleepy Reader, for the support. Uzi cheered again. He says, have you ever considered going on a game show or having one of those home improvement shows come and spice up your house? No, and no one would want to do that for me anyway, because I'm not popular enough to give any kind of a positive plugs or spin on any of those shows. Minori01 tipped me $6. Thank you very much, Minori01. I appreciate that. That gets us up to $36 in tips so far today. Egg Gangster cheered again. He said, for better or worse, your audience loves these memes. Look how much fun people are having just posting frogs as positive interaction. Yes, but again, I'm okay with that as long as it's not the be-all, end-all of the stream. Because what happens if someone comes in and says, oh, what's Phil up to today? Oh, his entire chat is frogs. What the fuck's going on? No one's talking about the game. What's going on? Phil's disconnected from his chat. What's going on? See what I mean? I'm okay with it to a limited extent, leaving it in moderation. So as long as you guys understand that and you use common sense to understand moderation, I'm okay with it. Okay? Uzi cheered again. He says, I'm a frog man, ribbit, dip bit, rubba dubba wub dub. What the fuck? What the hell does that mean? I don't know. Real True Cell tipped again, another $1. Says, didn't mean to upset you. Thought it was funny, hoping for maybe a sound effect from the toy thingy. The analog soundboard is unique and gives your streams character. It does. This analog soundboard gives my streams character. What's the, let's see what this one is. I don't even know what this is. What the fuck is that? I don't even know what that's supposed to be. This is the trumpet. What's this one? Oh boy. I seriously forget I have this thing here. I've had this here for what, 3-4 years? I forget it's sitting here, then every once in a while I'll reach over and see it and be like, what's this? And I'll press it, it'll make a random noise. Alright, anyway. Thank you guys for your support on pre-stream. We're gonna end the pre-stream now. And we're going to jump back into Days Gone. We're going to see if we can wrap this up. Like I said, I know we're near the end of the story. But I don't know how much post-game content there actually is. And, we'll find out. You know, we'll find out together. Alright? Alright, guys. Again, final reminder. Any contributions are appreciated today. But right now, the best way to support me is by tipping me. And I really need the help, so please consider it. Thank you to everyone who's contributed. All right, let's end the pre-stream, and let's begin.